meeting of the Kent Inland Wetlands Commission. Whoops. Gotta hit got it. To order. We're being recorded. Thank you, Donna.
You're welcome.
And just for the record, show that regular members Paul Yeager, Ken Johnson, Mark Smith, Ken Dietz, myself, Lynn Warner, are here along with our land use administrator, Donna Hayes. And first thing on the agenda is the regular meeting minutes of our last meeting. Did everybody have a chance to read them?
Yes.
Any
Nice
comments?
No.
Yeah, I thought so too. You didn't find any no corrections, Marge? Okay.
Nothing.
Anyone
Good
else?
job.
Anyone else?
Thank you.
I have it all memorized.
All right. Well, we need a motion to approve.
Yep, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the last regular meeting as written.
Second.
Then
I'll second.
And any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
All, any opposed or abstention? Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I guess I should also add that I'm glad to see everybody, given what maybe what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nice to be here. Nice to have power. I was thinking about last August and what the hell we all went through.
Oh, my goodness. Yep. We dodged a bullet
Okay.
this time.
You got it. You got it. All right. So on to new business. We've got application 126421, Arthur McMurray. Is there anybody here?
Yes, he just checked in.
Arthur's right there. Oh, good. Before we get into the substance of the application, I just had a couple of questions, Arthur, on the application itself. I just, little things, but I noticed that on question 10, C and D, you didn't answer. So I'm just going to ask you now if if there's any sewer or water drainage from the project site that will flow through and impact the sewage or drainage system within the adjoining municipality.
Not to my knowledge, no. All I'm doing is, I don't know if can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Basically what I'm doing is the backyard, over a period of, I don't know how many years, it has been let go and it has been washed down and it has been eroded down into just a big pile of muck. And if you, what I want to do is just basically cut it back where the garage goes out, the house, the back of the house, cut that out to the, if you look at the Housatonic map that I believe you guys people have, the layout of my property.
Yes.
We do. Could you hold off just 1 second, because there are just a couple things on the application I wanted to clarify with you.
I'm having a hard time hearing you. How do I up the volume on this?
Hang on a second. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
No, I think it's my end that's low.
Oh, are you on your computer?
I'm on my computer, yes.
Let's see. I'm not sure how to up the volume.
Everybody's computer is different. What kind of computer have you got?
Huh? Lenovo? Lenovo?
No.
If you look across the top of your keyboard, there might be something that looks like a speaker with either a minus or a plus sign.
Oh, okay. Yes, I got that.
So maybe if you hit that, you might be able to hear a little bit better.
Trying it.
Now,
No, I
can
don't
you-
see
So
any-
we'll,
Can you hear us
We'll
better
talk-
now?
you're coming in very faint. I'm having, but we can continue.
All right,
Okay.
you said you have a Lenovo?
Yes.
On the bottom of your screen, do you have a blue bar?
Blue bar. On the bottom of my screen, I have where it says mute, stop video, participants, chart, share screen reactions, and leave. That's all I have on the
It's got a
bottom.
little icon that looks like a speaker,
What's that?
a small icon that looks like a speaker.
Well, it's a microphone.
But it's a mute.
It says mute.
But that's just the Zoom screen. There should be a basic home screen, your desktop, so to speak.
Let's see.
Might have some kind of a microphone.
I'm afraid if I click on anything, I will,
So
I'll lose you. So let's continue. I can hear you, but it's, I might have to
Okay.
ask you to repeat, please.
Okay, I just have one small question, actually. On the visit, the page that says that we can come and do a site visit, you actually never signed it. Am I correct in assuming that's okay if we come and do a site visit?
Sure, let me know. Sure, it'll be fine.
Okay, and thank you. And these are just little things. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get them onto the record, all right? I think that was it. There were, I'm assuming that nothing's going to affect another municipality, and there were a couple of questions on the application that talk about that. But you're saying no, there should be no way.
What do you mean by
Right?
municipality? You mean the river down there? Is that what you're speaking of?
No, you're
Another
not close
town.
enough to New Milford, so both of those are no.
Okay.
Municipality is another town.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine now. I'm sorry to have interrupted you. I just wanted to make sure the application was complete. So now let's move on. You were talking about what you were planning to do. And again, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but why don't you continue on and explain what it is you're trying to do? Can you hear me?
Do you have that, the layout of my property like I said before?
Yeah.
Okay, basically what I'm doing is you have, behind, the house is set back a little bit from the barn, so there's 40 feet between the house and what is existing. Basically, I'm not doing anything except just straightening out the backyard, trying to dig out where it has eroded in and level it off, put in sides with either gravel or wood chips on the sides coming out from the house out, so I can utilize that area, and behind the barn also. I mean, right now it's just like I said, it's just been left over the years, and it's just eroded down, and there's just big mounds and piles and stuff like that. So what I had to do is, in order to get out my back door downstairs from my house, I ended up having to dig down a foot and clear an area, you know, probably 3 feet by 3 feet, so I could step out of my back door to get out. That's how much it has eroded into the back of that back of the house. So basically, what I want to do is just clean it up, straighten it up. I'm not going anywhere near the wetlands area or anything like that. The property goes out to that 30-foot mark and then drops off. And over the and I don't know who, apparently they had taken, and I guess they had cut down trees and brush and stuff like that, and they had taken it and put it over the bank, and that has now starting to slide down the back of the mountain. So that's where I just want to push that back down and put wood chips in back down there, just to keep the erosion from continuing on. And like I said, behind the house on either side, cut it out straight back from the house, and like I said, put either rock or wood chips or something on the side to keep that, or grass to keep that from eroding, and so I could basically use that property back there. Other than that, from there down, I'm not that you have like a 30-foot after my area, you have that 30-foot area that's down in the back, down behind the hill going down. And then the wetlands, or that wet area where you have it all, where it's all, has that squiggly line in there. And then it goes out to the Housatonic River. So there's roughly 200 feet to where it goes down to the bottom of that wetlands area. And then from there, that's come back and they go up the hill. And then there's a pin, then it goes even with the barn, So you got the 30-foot like buffer, and then the 30-foot, that's basically what I want to clean out and just straighten out and put grass in there and be able to utilize it. And then from there, from the barn back to the pin is another 8 feet, because if you see, it shows 268 feet from the river back to just behind 8 feet behind that barn. So that's basically what I want to do, is just clean that area out and straighten it up and put grass seed down there. I mean, just make it so I can use it. I can't really use it right now. I mow it, but it's like rocks, and it's just totally a disaster down there. I mean, I don't know if you know the house or if you know the area. I bought it as a handyman special, so that, I mean, and I've been cleaning it as I go. Now I'm to the backyard where I want to try to clean that area out and try to utilize that.
Donna, have you been to visit this site? Donna has left is anybody else familiar with this site?
I know where it is, but I've never been up on the property. There she is.
Yeah, I'm here. No, I've not been down there. I know the house and I know the area just from doing like a Google search, Google Earth type thing, but I've not been to the site.
So what I'm trying to understand is how far away from the actual wetland border. Two things. One, there's no topography that I can see in any of the materials I got, although I appreciate the description we just got. But I can't tell what the slope is here. And number one, and number two, how far away are we from, in terms of clearing the area from the edge of the wetland? So is this in? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead, continue.
I was just wondering if the clearing was entirely within the regulated area or set back.
I'm not sure what you mean by clearing. Basically, there's just a lot of dirt mounds and just mounds of dirt and stuff in the back there. And then, like I said, from the back of the barn, or the garage, I call it. They say barn here. There's 30 feet. That's all the area I want to clean out. Then it starts heading downhill like that. And then it's from there to actually where the water is in the wetlands area is, where he supposedly, I can't find any information on it, but all the neighbors and everybody said that he had started dredging a pond in the back, in the lower area down there, the gentleman before me. And I found all the dredging equipment and all the stuff like that. So, I mean, and they told me that he was actually literally dredging out down below in the wetlands area and digging it up and gonna make a beautiful pond down there, from what all the neighbors told me. I don't know if that's true or not or whatever it was, but there's a small pond area down there as it goes down the hill. And that's that 30-foot buffer that I'm not touching. I mean, it's just going down the hill, and then it's just wetlands all the way out to the, and as you know, with the Housatonic now, it's just all the way in. So, but that's that 30 area. Basically, what is there? I mean, you're welcome to come and look, because basically all I want to do is just a top up there. You'll see it. And then where it goes down over the bank, just pat that down, just try to compact that tree limbs and tree bushes and whatever it is that he threw down over there, just pack that back and put wood chips down, just to, make it look presentable and be done.
Well, instead of packing that down, is it possible that you could chip that?
I'm sorry.
I was wondering if, instead of trying to compact and bury the old brush that's there, is it something that can be chipped up?
Wood chipped?
Yeah.
No, it's just been there. It was up towards the house, and it just keeps eroding back, eroding down. It's rolling down the hill by itself naturally, and it's just decaying and rotting down there now. It's just the way it is. So basically, I'm not.
I actually think we need to or Donna at least needs to take a look at it, because I'm a little bit worried about the rolling down into the, and then rolling down.
May I add?
River. Yes, just hang on one sec. Donna, did you hear me?
Yeah, I'll make an
Yeah,
appointment
okay.
and go and take and do a site walk. What I'm looking at is the edge of the disturbance of what he wants to work on to the edge of the wetlands is 30 feet.
Right.
Yeah, got it. Thanks. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike.
I have looked at this with Art.
Right.
if this will help. His backyard is wavy, it's up and down, it's not graded properly, just as he's describing. The previous owner just threw all the brush and all the garbage and everything, not garbage, but brush and whatever, lawn chips, lawn grass and everything. And it's a cliff. It's literally a cliff that all the brush and everything was thrown down over that bank for years. And Paul, as far as chipping it, it's too far gone. It's all rotted and not in place very good. And, you know, I mean, it's not really chippable because the rotten stuff just wrecks the blades on a chipper. I think Art has a good idea trying to pack it down and put mulch on it. I think it's the best way to deal with that because he's not trying to put soil on it other than a little bit from maybe grading the backyard, I think, Art.
Yeah, that's correct, right.
And if putting soil just erodes more, but if he could put chips, that would really help stabilize it and stop any erosion going down that steep. It's very steep.
Now, is that bank in that first 30-foot area off the back of the garage barn?
More like
Or is it in that 30-foot area between what it shows as wet area, wetlands?
so the wetlands, the little pond that Art was talking about,
Yeah,
is probably 20 feet from the base of that cliff.
Yeah, excuse me, I don't want to interrupt you, but yeah, as it rolls down the hill, it rolls out towards the river, you know, it's not a straight up and down bank. It rolls
It's
out.
very steep. It's very
Yes,
steep.
it's steep, very steep, yes.
Yeah.
But
So-
I think the chips would help with any erosion issues, and I think it would make a difference. That's all I have to
Yeah,
say.
you don't
Thank
think the chips would just roll down the hill in a heavy?
I think that if he can get some seed in there with it, I think it would help it. You know,
That's what I think it would be helpful to have topography, which is part of the application, just for people like me who are not familiar with the property. Number one, I don't see anything here in the application that gives me a sense of it, so I'm just going by what Art is describing and what you're saying. But Don, it would be helpful to have a look at that site and see what can be done to protect that little wetland area, and then further downstream the river itself. I mean,
Okay.
clearly you want to clean it up. I don't think we have a problem with that, but we're thinking about the long-term impacts on that wetland area. And I wonder if seeding in addition to chips might not be a bad idea.
And some erosion control temporary.
Yeah.
I have the what do they call it? That fencing that you put up with the, so that you don't have the erosion going down.
silt fence,
Excuse me?
silt fence.
Silk fence, correct.
Okay.
Right. I have that right now. What I was gonna do is I was gonna go out there, dig a trench along that where it starts heading down the hill there, and put that silt fence in and backfill it against it so that I don't have any more erosion going down, because right now with all this rain and everything's just washing down that hill.
With
That's what I was gonna do.
with the river
great
at its, oh, sorry.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
With the river high right now from the rain, is that whole area around the wet area in the back inundated with water as well?
Yes.
Yeah, that was my, okay, so I do remember this from being on the water behind the house. Basically to that dotted line on the diagram fills in with water when the river floods. And not even floods, I mean, just as high. It's not even in
Yeah.
a flood stage by the Gaylordsville marker right now. So that area is frequently overrun with water.
Yeah. Might be just good to make sure we take some steps to keep stuff from continuing to erode down. Certainly
Yeah,
understand that you
definitely.
want to, yeah, understood that you want to clean it up. So what, unfortunately, I mean, I guess you can put silk fence up anytime. Is that right, Donna?
Yes.
Do you need a
Yeah.
permit? Yes. And it might not be a bad idea to put it up while we're taking a look at what it is you want to do anyway. And Donna will go out and take a look, and if she needs us to go out and take a look, we will. But it seems straightforward. It's just hard to tell not being familiar with the property for me. So we count on Donna kind of take a look and see if she sees any other issues. It seems relatively straightforward with a few little steps here, and we would be able to act at the next regular meeting. So in the meantime, if you want to put up the silt fence, I would say go ahead and do that. Do you know where would you put it? Right at the top of the?
Right at the, yeah, where it's, right there, where I want to stop anyway and put the, you know, I don't want to go too far. I don't want to have to mow. I'm
Yeah.
getting too old to mow.
You should do
I
the
don't
silt,
wanna- I don't want to have to maintain it, mow it and all that stuff. So 30 feet is fine. I mean,
you
you
should do
know,
the
I don't
silt
want to go
fence
down
right at
there
the
or
limit
anything
of
like
where,
that. I'm
the
not-
area that you're working at.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
You should put your silt fence right in the area, the limit of your work area.
Right, that's what I'm doing, right.
Okay.
Just at that, where that bank where it's going over, where the brush and everything's going over now.
Okay.
Was there any other questions you said you might have?
A couple of pictures might help too.
We had those, but I don't know where they went.
I can take some pictures when I go down.
Great. And maybe if you could just kind of mark up the topography on the site plan, unless we have that already. I don't have it in my packet. I didn't see it in the,
No, I didn't
by the
either.
way, I did get through, Donna, to the materials online, so thank you for that as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it'd be good to have that marked up, and also ultimately when we act on this to identify where that silt fence is gonna be
Okay.
or is.
Well, I plan on putting
Okay.
that silt fence, if you look at the map, I'm gonna put it that 30 feet out, because that's basically, I don't want to go any farther than that anyway, so I just want my, you know, the line there to stay, you know, like that. So that's basically where it's gonna be, is where that line is, that 30-foot line is now, which is, you know, that dotted line going across there.
Okay,
Do you see that, Paul?
Yep.
sounds good.
Okay. Okay, so we'll set up a time to come see the property, and we'll see you again next month. Okay?
Okay, so we're gonna do this again next month?
Yeah, we should be able to act favorably on it, but if any issues come up in the meantime, Donna will be in touch with you, okay?
Okay, all right.
It seems pretty
You have
straight-
my home phone number there?
Yep, it's on the application.
Okay, all right, great. The best one to
Great.
get probably would be the cell phone, the alternate phone there.
The alternate
That
phone?
would probably be the best one to get us at.
Okay,
All righty?
Yep.
Thank you very much for all your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So
Yeah, and
what do I do?
we need
Stay
a motion.
on, get off?
you can do whatever you want. You're welcome to
Done.
stay. We're gonna take to postpone this, to the next regular meeting, not postpone, but whatever the word is, and,
Table.
not, you stay on unless you want to. So we
Might as well
need a
stay on and see
motion.
what it's like. Mike, thank you very much for your help.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so we need a motion to, move
I'll make a motion
application
to
12.
table application 1264-21 to the next regular meeting.
Thank
Second.
you. Thank you. Any further discussion?
yeah,
All in
just
favor?
one thing.
Yeah.
The next meeting is not going to be a regular meeting. Remember, we had moved the September meeting up to the 20th. But now it turns out that we needed to actually put it back to where it was where it should have normally been, which is the 27th.
Right.
So you're going to table to the next special meeting, not to the next regular meeting.
Thank you.
Okay. I make a motion to table application 1264-21 to the next special meeting on September 27th.
I'll second that. The whole thing is my fault anyway.
Okay, any further discussion on that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bye, thank you.
Opposed? Okay, thank you very much, Art. All right, we're gonna move on to application 1265-21. Let's see, this is Albert Lavero.
I
Is there
don't,
anybody here for,
I don't see anybody here for that. And I am not, I don't understand, after talking to him on numerous occasions, exactly what it is that he wants to do. I'm not sure by looking at this drawing that he gave us whether or not these things are currently there, not there, planning to move, keeping them where they are.
Yeah,
Well, if he was here to explain it, the best I could see from this is that he's got an existing shed, a chicken coop, a duck coop, a goat barn, and he's looking to relocate one of the barns up next to the garage barn and eliminate the other 3 small sheds. And it looks like proposed addition attached to the barn for a chicken, ducks, and goats. So if you're looking at his sketch,
yeah,
I looked
on
at
the upper right there, there's a 1, 2, 3, there's 4 buildings. One of them
Right.
looks like he's looking to relocate it and just remove the other ones completely.
Excuse me 1 second. What folder are we looking at and what, I know, I see the application number, but what folder will I find this picture in? There's 6 folders here.
the one dated today, Fred, Ken.
6, wait a minute, today, 8/23/21.
Yep, click on that,
And we're looking at the,
and then it's on the application itself.
okay, I see. And there's a picture of the property here. I'm waiting for it to show up. Just one moment.
And when you click on the application itself, Fred, that's got a couple of Ken, sorry, I keep doing that. The
Okay,
application has a couple of pages. If you scroll down, you'll find the sketch that we're talking about.
I have the sketch now. Okay,
Good. Okay,
And there's actually a second sketch that shows a close-up of the addition. But what I don't see in here is a site plan that shows the distance of all of this from the wetlands. You know,
yeah,
a normal site
yep,
that just kind of shows what's happening here on the site as it relates to the wetlands.
agreed.
well, it shows 200 feet to the river.
Yeah, but are there other wetlands on this property? I also don't see any topography again on this application. In
There's
a way
no,
that makes sense in relation to what they're proposing to do.
Ken, I think you may be looking at the different application. This house is nowhere near the river.
Okay, I got the wrong one then. Let me go back.
This is 4B.
4B, yeah, I have, these are all A.
Keep going.
4B is all, okay, there is a green, it's a satellite picture. Is that the one?
It's got several
It's a-
components to it, Fred. Sorry, Ken, I keep doing that. I'm tired.
Sorry, I've been called worse. Agenda 4B. Is it blue and yellow?
Keep going. There's
Well,
one.
that's one, but there are several others, 2
Okay.
sketches, hand-drawn sketches.
I see 4C.
No,
No,
Agenda,
4B,
okay, 4B there's no sketch. Well, all there is a satellite view and some, my 4B shows a PDF print, a lot of printed stuff.
right. Ken,
All
do
right, let me click on that and see what I get.
you see agenda item 4B and then it says AFF, that's application.
Yes,
Click on that one. There's several pages to it.
I'm waiting. I've got my wife's computer is slow.
That's
I'm
all
using my,
right.
okay, I've got it now. I don't, okay, here we go. All set. Looks like a pencil sketch.
Right.
right. Right. There's one that shows, up in the top right-hand part of the page, it says seasonal stream. Then it says, to the left of that, it says, chicken coop, duck
Right.
coop, and you see that one?
Right,
That's one
remove
that's
from,
Right, right. That's the one that Paul was looking at, and it looks like he wants to take, the applicant wants to take out those 3 structures, and then that 4th one on the bottom, relocate that over to
Yeah.
the barn garage that is there. And
I
my
see.
question was, you know, what is the distance? I mean, it looks like everything's being pulled away from the wetland that's showing up, which is a seasonal stream.
Right.
I'm assuming, based on the sketch, that there's no other wetlands, but I don't know. And there's no topography, and it looks like there's some other something in there, but I can't tell what it is. I appreciate the sketch, but I can't locate it on a site plan that shows the wetlands and the topography.
Right.
Which I think we need, number one. Number two, if we were to believe this sketch, looks like it's actually ultimately going to be better for the wetlands.
Mhm. Just from driving by on the road and my sense of that whole hillside, I think they're moving things downhill away from the wetlands and downhill away from that wet area.
Okay.
It's all part of the same ridge that I'm on.
Okay. So if we could get that verified for the file,
Right.
And make sure that in fact that's what's happening, it looks like it's an improvement.
Yep.
I would say it's an improvement. If you're taking the chicken coop and the barns away,
Yeah. So Donna, can you verify that with our applicant and get a little better sense of whether or not there are any other wetlands on this property?
If you look at the
Sounds like-
map, the wetlands map, oh,
The
here he
what map?
comes. This is the applicant that's coming in now. So part of the information that I sent you was the actual wetlands map. And if you
Yeah,
look
but
at, you can't see that?
I can see it, but I can't see where these structures are. I can't superimpose the site plan onto where the wetlands are. The scale is way off for me.
Yeah.
Right. To me,
Oh.
it's looking like the only thing that doesn't have wetlands on it is that little northern corner on Route 7. And everything else is wetland,
Wow. Yeah.
right? I mean, that's the way I see it. You got Route 7 going north.
So is the blue
Yeah, but-
on the blue
So
on the,
where is the house on this wetlands map? This should all be on one, or at least at the same scale that we can kind of tell what the heck we're looking at. You
Okay.
know what I mean? I can't tell at all. No, I can't imagine anyone who's not familiar with the property could tell. Where is the house now? Where are these sheds? I mean, it's possible that they're all, that everything's in the wetland. That's what you're saying, but I don't know. Do you
That's
know
what I'm
that?
saying.
But do you know that?
Not positively, no, but based on the map that I'm looking at, I would say yes.
If you look at that map and you look at the one before it, which is the aerial view, based on the wetlands map, it looks like all of the buildings that are on that property are within the regulated area.
really? Wow.
I don't know about that because there's again, the scale, so I don't know, but there's a fair, are you saying that that whole green area is within the regulated area, then there's the wet, then that white spot on the property is outside of the regulated area in the upper right-hand corner? Is that what you're saying?
That's what it appears to be.
Yeah. Which is wooded, right? Okay, so either way, these are existing activities. They're gonna take down those 3 sheds that are close to the stream and move one farther away.
Mr. Lavero is here if you want to ask him.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, sorry it took so long. I had trouble with Zoom.
Yeah,
Join the
I get
club.
that. So can you explain to us, we were just looking at the mapped information and it looks a little bit like your existing house and whatever seem to be in a wetland area right now. You're proposing to take down 3 structures that are close to a seasonal brook and eliminate them.
Correct.
And then move one of the structures up near your house. Is it
Correct.
true that where you are, you're kind of sitting in a wetland?
I believe so.
So is your yard wet?
Sometimes, yeah, it depends on the amount of rain, but it's been good lately, believe it or not. So it's been pretty good.
So where you're planning to move to relocate the, what do you call it?
The shed?
Yeah,
The goat coop?
16 by 22 pen.
Yeah, I believe the shed is going to be in the dry part of the property. And then the addition will be 14 feet off the back of the garage, which may be in the wetland. I don't know for sure. I don't have the exact survey or map.
Okay.
But it's going to
So
be
again, it
attached.
looks like
It's going to be attached to the garage.
the existing garage.
Right.
So again, it looks like we might want to take a look at this.
Okay.
Just to see.
I'm here now.
Donna, have you been to look at this? It doesn't sound like you've had a chance to look at this property.
I haven't. I've only seen the front yard.
Okay.
That was all that I was able to see with the front.
So are you able now to go and take a look at where this relocated shed would be and where the extension would be?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess my thing is, while he's removing the sheds, he's removing the chicken coop, the duck coop, and the shed that's in the back. He's still gonna be keeping goats and ducks and chickens, is that right?
Correct.
And then the goat pen and the 16 by 32 pen are going off the back of the
Yes.
barn?
Correct. Yes.
And the chickens and the ducks are going on the right-hand side of the barn,
Correct.
which is an addition that you want to build.
Right. So I can get rid of the structures and just make it permanent.
And what's
Have-
the distance between that addition on the barn and the property line?
To the back, I believe it's around 300 feet.
No,
To the-
not to the back, to the side property
Oh.
line.
One is 44 feet and the other one, I believe, I didn't save the measurements. I think I put them on the papers, like 170 feet, somewhere around there. And it's around 60 feet to the stream, the seasonal stream. 60 or 70 feet.
How far is it from the place you're gonna add for the chickens and ducks and goats? How far is from that is it to the rock wall property line?
That's 44 feet.
Okay,
I could put it on the other side, but I don't want to encroach too close. I could shrink it down to 12 feet. You know, where the 44 foot of the property line is, I could shrink it down to 12 foot and put it on the other side of the garage, the left side instead of the back side if I have to. But it's easier to let them out to graze a little bit from the back. That makes sense to you?
it looks like from the sketch that it is on the left side of the barn, the garage.
No, it should be. I think I'd put it to the back. I don't have that. I should have made an extra copy of the sketch, but
Okay, because this copy that we have is showing it on the side where the rock wall property line is.
yeah, no, I want it in the back. Maybe that was the old one. Might be the old one.
Yep, sounds like we don't have the one that you're talking about, so we would need to have that.
Okay.
I think this, I don't see a problem, but I think to satisfy my own curiosity, I would like to see it. Just it's just hard to know exactly what's going on here with this sketch. I
Okay.
think if we were there personally, it would be a lot easier.
Okay.
Or just a before and after. in relationship to the wetlands on the property and impacts to the wetlands, because that's really what we're here for, you know?
Right.
So Donna, I'm gonna ask you to kind of try to clarify that with a site visit, and I also wanted, is this an agricultural use?
Eventually, at some point, yes. My goats are small right now. I can't squeeze enough milk out of them.
So when you take a look at the property, think about that, okay, Donna?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this is, can you see my sharing screen?
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, so this is what you gave us with the application,
Okay,
with Route 7 being down here on the bottom,
okay.
and the goat, duck, and chicken addition on the left-hand side of the property as you're facing it.
All right, yeah, that's, you gotta rotate it, quarter turn to the right, if you can. Because, right, I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, no,
No, you
that's,
can't.
okay.
Donna would have to do it.
Yeah, that's, all right, yeah, definitely. So that 12 by 28 should have been, that's the older print. I redid it. I gave all the measurements too. I had all the measurements. I don't know why you have that one, to be honest with you.
That's what was with the application.
All right, let me look, see if I gave you the wrong one, because I did all the measurements. That's why I know it was 44 feet, 170 to the right, and then like 70 to the stream.
And
I
the
had-
other one that you gave me was this one. Oh, let me see if I can get it up.
Did you get the goats from the South Kent School?
I did, actually, the little miniatures.
No, not south.
Oh, not South, which one is it? Housatonic, we got them. Housatonic Valley?
Oh, I was wondering where the goats from the South Kent School went.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
How many do they have?
How many goats will you have?
Just two. Eventually, right now, two, I might stud them out. Yeah, that's the one there. That's that, yep,
Okay, so now this is Route 7.
correct.
So now it's showing up on the back of the barn.
Oh, that's exactly where I want it.
Okay. So then the original plan that we showed first,
Yeah, you could trash that. That's like option 2 if the back one doesn't work, I guess you could say.
okay.
Does this sketch show the other buildings that you were removing?
It might show up further. Yeah,
No,
up. You know, I don't know if you could scroll it down or up.
Yeah, it's gotta go up.
no.
No, she.
So it'd be useful to kind of have a sketch that shows
Yeah, yeah.
everything.
The original. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
So let me know when you want to come out. Or if I don't have to be here, right? You could just come.
That's up to you.
So it doesn't matter. Whatever's going to be quicker. But the time you schedule everybody, it might take forever.
Oh, we can't act on it until the next month's meeting anyway.
Okay. You won't come out before that to look?
Donna will at least, absolutely. And if anybody wants to join Donna, let her know and she'll schedule a special meeting. Okay, commissioners, if you want to join her.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to, but Ken said he'd be interested.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to look at it, Ken Johnson, and it's not far from, let's see, the address is it's right on Route 7, correct?
Yes. 310 right before North Kent Road, where it goes down to the brook, I mean, the river.
Oh, okay, on the north side of town.
Correct, yes.
Hey, Donna? On
Yes?
the
Nick?
map that we're gonna disregard that had him on the left side of the garage, there was a marking for a wellhead.
Mhm.
Does he need any special permissions from Torrington Area Health before he does this that would somehow foul up the wetland application or cause a change to have to be made?
It's possible, yeah. I mean, once he decides definitively what it is that he wants to do, he'll have to work with Kathy for the addition on the garage and the movement of the structures.
Well, it sounds like he knows what he wants to do. So the question is, does he need to go to, should he be checking with Kathy before our next meeting?
Yeah, it might be a good idea to do that. To give her,
wanna
you know,
let
to
her
do an addition application.
Yeah, okay. And does this require a zoning permit?
Yes, it will.
So is Albert, or Al, or I'm not sure, Albert, what you prefer?
Al's-
Okay, so is he clear on what he needs to do? Clearly, wetlands has to happen early on, and we can take this up at our next meeting as long as we know that everything else is happening in the process, in the time frame that it needs to. So we'll let you deal with that, but that's a good question. I mean, normally, we would be acting before zoning anyway, so.
Right.
I
I'm not
have
sure how
a,
Kathy-
I have a question here too. This is Ken. How close are these pens from the next house to the left?
The left, oh, they gotta be at least 300 feet,
Okay,
and they're pretty far.
so you don't have neighbors complaining?
Not lately, no. He complained the first time I put it up, but then I moved it to where it is now. So that was a little about a year ago, I guess.
So this would likely make it better?
I think so, yeah. It would look a lot better. I mean, his house is a multi-million-dollar house, so I kind of feel bad I have a chicken coop there looking like that. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
He likes the eggs, that's for sure.
You shouldn't feel that. Okay, so do we have any other questions, or do you
Yeah.
have any other questions?
On the drawing that we're disregarding is an area and it lightly says marsh
Right.
and it's outlined there. Is that a guesstimate or is that something that you took from?
It's a guesstimate, yes.
Okay. I think it would also help if we had an actual distance to
Okay,
that marsh. And the other thing I think we need on the plan itself is that for anything that you're doing back there, there's got to be some kind of protection between that marsh, such
Okay.
as silt fence or hay bales.
Okay.
And that would help to have that on the plan as well.
okay.
Okay. Good suggestions. Anything else? Okay. Why don't we then take a motion to table this application to the next special meeting?
This is Ken. I make a motion that we table application 1265-21 to our next meeting.
Second?
Any further discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Okay. Okay, well, thank you for joining us tonight, and Donna will be in touch, and we'll get some additional information in front of us for the next meeting.
All right, thank
Which
you.
will be 27th, I think.
The
is what Donna
Same
said.
time, 7? I'll check the
Yeah,
September
calendar.
20,
I think it's the 28th.
thank you.
Maybe it's the
I don't
27th.
know. I don't remember. 27th or 28th, Donna?
I think it's at 27. Let me
Okay.
look at my phone.
Sorry.
Because the regular, it would have been the 20th, so 7 days.
Okay,
27th.
okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. So it'll be the 27th, Albert, and thank you
Okay.
very much.
All right,
All right.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to move on to application 1266-21. Is Brian here?
Yes, I'm here.
No. You are.
Hi.
I don't see you. This is, okay, so great. I'm glad you're here. This is for 119 Treasure Hill Road. And could you walk us through what you're proposing? Can you hear me okay, Brian? There you are. Can you hear me all right?
Yes,
So could you just walk us through what's happening here, and then we'll see if there's any questions.
okay, okay. Yeah, this is 119 Treasure Hill Road. John Holding is the property owner. He'd like to build a 30-foot by 30-foot square detached garage. It's located on the north side of the house and actually sits over part of the parking area that's there right now that's paved. The property has been inspected by Mary Janning, who did the wetland flagging, and was surveyed to show the wetlands, limits of the wetlands going across the back. The site is pretty much fully wooded except for the immediate area around the house and the swimming pool. It's all woods between the road and the house, kind of a clearing area there, and it's all woods going into the back. Grade slopes there are pretty gentle. It's about a 5% grade slope running towards the back of the property, towards the wetlands. So the garage is just a slab on grade, 2-car. It's proposed to be 53 feet away from the edge of wetlands. And it's about 45 feet from the house itself. Again, sitting partially on a paved pad that they use for parking. So the owners tried to move this as far away from wetlands as reasonably possible. I think they might have wanted to move it a little bit further back. We talked about it. So it's actually kind of moved more away from wetlands than closer, which they were considering at one time. So it's a fairly simple structure. It's a wood frame building, 2-car on a concrete slab floor. There's no water, no septic involved in the garage, no facilities in there. Currently, they just have like a little 1-car garage that's attached to the house. But they've got several vehicles, so they wanted to keep those undercover. The limited disturbance is about 20 feet around the building just for construction purposes. They're not going to do any tree cutting or any disturbance beyond that limit. So it's a very easy one to see. If you want to take a drive up, just go up the driveway. It's right next to the house, across from the end of the house. So it's certainly an easy one to take a look at if anybody is inclined. The owner signed the approval to do an inspection. So it's certainly a very easy thing to see.
Thank you. Okay, Donna, have you been to the site?
I have not. I just haven't. I mean, we snuck this in under the guidelines.
Yes, thank you.
Just to get this in here. So I had not had an opportunity to go since I've gotten the application. So
Yeah,
not to rat you out or
okay.
anything, Brian, but
I'm having trouble finding this one, the pictures. Can you help me
Okay.
here?
This is going to be 4C.
Under 62821 folder?
No,
oh,
back to the 823 one,
823.
Ken.
823.
Okay, one moment, please. Which, okay, I've got a whole list of,
This would be 4C, application or 8PP.
I would go to the site plan.
Agenda item 4C site, Ken.
I don't see that.
Do you see the application we were just looking at a few minutes ago?
Yeah, that was under a different, that was under 62821.
No, it should be 823, which is today.
Okay, my computer says preparing download.
Okay,
And I've got I've got about 9 files here,
it sounds,
all saying 62821,
no. That's the wrong, Ken, that's the wrong
No,
folder.
no worries about it. Donna's
Yeah.
got it up on a screen share.
There we
Okay.
go.
It's up on the screen share, Ken.
Yeah,
Good.
I can't, my screen doesn't show. I can hear you, but I can't see anything.
Okay. So you can't see the screen share?
No, he said that's why we were trying to get him to find his own documents.
Got it.
Ken, did you see the folder that says 8/23/21?
I have that.
That's the folder we need to be in.
Okay, it says, I click on it
Uh-huh.
and it says preparing download ready. Now I have about 12 files here,
That sounds about right.
but they all have different numbers on them.
Then you're looking for
Right.
something, agenda item 4C-site.
I don't have anything that says that.
Okay, huh.
You have anything that says 4C?
Sounds like he's got different numbers on them.
They're all of these are zip files.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'll hit see more, and they're all zip files, every one of them. I think what happened was when I downloaded, it downloaded again and again and again. Every time I hit download, it repeated itself. So I have a whole pile of these files, but I have no pictures.
okay.
All
Well.
right,
we're
so
going-
this, this garage, utilities going out to it? As
Yeah,
far as,
just electricity.
and that'll be buried, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. And 50
Ken, we're gonna
feet,
make
you
sure
got
you
it
get a
to Chris's
copy of
point. I mean, this looks pretty
the,
straightforward, you know, if Donna takes a quick look at it.
Yeah, I
It
I have
does look
that same
Well,
feel.
I still think Ken needs to be able to see the information. So it might be that we want to make a packet for him, or at least show him this. I would actually make a packet for Ken, or make sure that he can access his stuff before the next regular meeting.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
agree.
I like that
does-
idea.
Yeah, it does look straightforward. I don't know. I think Donna should take a look at it and see if there's any other issues. I'm not familiar with this property. And I don't know if anybody else is. I don't know if you are, Marge.
I went there eons ago, but in terms of, I don't remember anything that would be a problem at all. I mean, to me, it was just in the woods, a long driveway in the woods with, I don't really remember. I'm trying to zoom in on it now, let's see. Yeah, I don't see an issue.
Okay, so let's let Donna make a site visit and see if she sees an issue. And if not, we'll be ready to act at the next regular meeting.
Okay,
Thanks, Brian.
that's great. Thank you.
So we just need a motion.
I'll make a motion to table application 1266-21 to the next special meeting.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, thanks very much.
Thanks,
Brian.
Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Have a good evening.
You
See you next
too.
You
month.
too.
Okay, so old business, 5A, 126221. Rick was gonna come tonight and talk about the, any additional information he had gotten from the firm he's working with. Was he able to give us additional information on what he wants to do there?
No, and actually he submitted the withdrawal.
Oh, I didn't get that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, agenda item 5A. I think it
Yeah, I
should
don't
be,
have, I don't have a withdrawal.
I do. I see
Okay.
it. I can
Yep.
vouch for it.
Don't, but I did not examine all the files online, so I apologize for that.
Okay.
Okay.
so he
he
said
he's not
basically,
gonna do-
I'm sorry, Lynn.
Go ahead.
He's gonna reapply when the engineering firm finishes the design for the repair. So the engineering firm has said at this point in time, the proposal that you came up with is, he does not feel is satisfactory. and had asked him to please put either Jersey barrier or cones next to the area on Macedonia Brook Road. Yeah, so that people don't go too close to that edge as they're heading into the park. And I was there yesterday, and those cones are in place, and they're working with the engineer to try to come up with a plan. So.
Okay, thank you, thank you. All right, so you move on to 5, application 126321, Mike?
Do you
Or-
want to accept the withdrawal?
Oh, do we
Or-
have to? Yes. If
I
we
think
have
it's a
to,
good idea just to close out that number.
sure. So we need a motion to accept the withdrawal of application 1262-21.
So moved.
Thanks, Paul.
Seconded.
Thank you, Ken. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I accept also.
Thank you. All right, so we're gonna move on to 3-21, Mike. And this is for Steve East Morocco, 21 Muller Road. And we do have a map, and this is the information that we were looking for. Oops. And did everybody see it, other than Ken? And does anybody have any questions on it? Donna especially, do you have any questions on this?
No, none at all. Mike came in and explained it to me when he handed me the large map. So I don't have anything. I know we had talked about, he's really not planning on doing anything until it dries up. So probably after
Couple
this
years.
rain, I don't know how long that's gonna be, but
Who knows? Yeah.
right.
But last year, when I first looked at that pond, there was only about a foot of water in it. And of course, now it's pretty well filled,
Yeah.
thanks to all the rain. So I think that it's too much water to pump out and try and deal with right now. Time will only tell. I think does the permit last a year if we get the permit, or is it 2 years?
It's actually longer than that now. You're looking probably at 5 years because you're not tied into zoning.
Okay.
But once you start, you only have a year.
Well, once we start, we're going to take a week and be
Yeah.
done with it. But I won't touch it until it dries out more again. It just doesn't make any sense. It's too
Yeah.
much water, and it definitely needs to be dredged. Right now, even though it's full, it's still only about 4.5 feet, and it's not a healthy pond right now because of all the silt. Even the bears
Yeah.
don't have deep enough water to swim in, so they actually have videos of the bears swimming in it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Are you
But
gonna
it's-
do any plantings over there, Mike?
I wasn't planning on just planting lawn and making sure that we kept the erosion control in place until they could mow it a couple of times, which would be the staked hay bales, and then we would go back in later and pull those out. So they don't, other than the grass, because it is all lawn now, where we intend to place the soil, that's just very steep, and it's, as you can see from the elevations now, that it drops. It's like 2.5 to 1 or 3 to 1 off the driveway, and it's scary in the winter. And I guess somebody did slide off that driveway. Luckily, they didn't roll.
Oh,
So it's a great place to put the material. It's far enough away from the pond, and even in front of the house, that steep part of the lawn would be nicer and easier to mow later on. And of
Do you
course,
think
go
the
ahead.
hay bales will be enough for all that
Oh, yeah.
silted material to hold in place?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's not, it's a vast area, so it's not all going to be, the water won't be condensed in one little, like a stream. It will be spread out throughout the whole thing. So I don't think we'll double stake each bale. I've never had a problem with that anyways. And we're not going to run the bottom of the slope right to the bales of hay. We're going to leave a few feet before that as a little bit of a buffer.
Okay,
And there will be, the mix we use is a good contractor mix. it starts out with some good rise that take over within 3 days. They start growing in 3 days. So, and then the fescues take over later on. So it's a good quick growing mix, and then the regular, the better grasses take over afterwards. So I don't think there will be an issue with that at all.
Okay. Any other questions?
No?
So it sounds like we've got everything we need. And thank you for providing the additional information. And
You're welcome.
sounds like we're ready to act. And then you'll be ready to act when it's drier.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Donna, do you need, how much of a notice would you need before we could start work there?
A week?
A week, just, you want
Yeah.
to, I'm guessing you would like to see the hay bales in place before we get started?
Yes, please.
Sir, okay.
And you'll get those little start and stop cards. So when you're
Oh,
getting
really?
ready to start, just shoot that into me, let me know the date, and then I'll
Okay.
take a ride up there to see the hay bale.
Okay.
Great. So now we need a motion to approve.
I've just lost my agenda to get the number off it. Otherwise I'd make the motion. Hang on.
1263-21.
So moved.
Seconded.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all very much.
There it is.
Abstention?
Little
I
bit.
could-
All right. Thank you, Mike.
I got my picture.
Hey, Ken.
You know how I did it? All I had to do was slide to the left and the picture came in. It was there all along.
I brought you
Right
luck.
back
Ed. I brought you luck.
That's right, Mike.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all very much. I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Mike.
And have
Have a
a,
good night.
you too. And enjoy the
All right,
sunshine.
everybody.
Yeah.
We're going to continue on with the agenda, written and verbal. I don't see anything on my agenda for written or verbal. Do we have anything we want to share at this moment in time?
No,
Aye.
Okay. Well, good to see y'all, safe and sound, and thanks for joining, and we will see you next month.
Did we make
So-
a motion to adjourn?
We need a motion. We do. I'm waiting.
So moved.
I make a motion that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
All right, I will second.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
I
I'll talk to you
just,
tomorrow morning.
okay,
you.
and just remember,
Thank you,
not the
guys.
20th, but the 27th.
27.
27.
Works for
Good
me.
night, all.
Okay.
Thank you again,
Night.
Donna, for that stuff that you sent me.
Oh, you're welcome, Ken, anytime.